Hello there everyone, welcome back. BogMod here, playing more The Legend of Heroes Trails in Sky the Third. Heading for the exit of the Golden Trial now. Kevin! Ha, looks like they're okay. Yep, you're the real deal, alright. Thank Ideos. I was worried as hell about you, you know. I could say the same to you. Still looks like those must have been grimoires then. Sure does. Grimoires? These are the name of those fiends we encountered. You got it. It's a type of fiend mentioned in the Testaments. Although maybe fiend is the best word. It should be what souls eventually turn after being thrown into Gehenna. People's souls turn to those? That's not a very pleasant thought. As you know, the church teaches that the souls of sinners enter the fiery depths of Gehenna. There, they are torn by the season's flame, slowly losing their own sense of self over time. Finally, this is nothing more than a chaotic lump of spirit known as a grimoire. Can you goosebumps just picturing it? That's what those shape-shifting creatures we encountered were. Yes. In the mirrors, it can't appear to them are cursed items that have the same origin. How they did it, I don't know, but it seems our enemies have quite literally opened up the gates of Gehenna. That's quite a fitting metaphor. Man with the mask! That sounds like... Oh, nope, Clawman. You again. Well, look who decided to show their ugly mug. Did that lord of yours send you to come check up on us? That is not one of the roles I've been assigned, albeit not the only one. I'm impressed by how quickly you've progressed. It was with a second round of the Hermit's guidance. The Hermit? Who's that? The ghost we keep running into? Can't think of anyone else. Been helping us in various ways since we arrived here. And yet we still have no idea who she is. Indeed, I speak of her. She is a spirit that was left behind in Phantasm, as well as the master of the Hollow Garden. Of course, thanks to my lord taking most of her power, she can do little other than struggle as your guide. As usual, your cryptic nonsense just goes right over my head. But hey, if she's your enemy, that makes her our ally, right? Not necessarily, Kevin. I'll leave that for you to find out. Her position is hardly your concern at this time. I have a message for you from my lord. Your next destiny is the path of beasts. Devour the new offering presented to you, and display your seal once more. Then shall the flames of Gehenna burn ever fiercer, and my kingdom draw closer to its true completion. What? Gasp! What is that supposed to mean? My lord says you may choose to interpret the message however you see fit. My task was simply to relay it to you. Kevin? Sorry, I couldn't help but laugh. Dummy, what sad glass did you and that joke of a boss you got take to get your certification on how to be a big bad? Nice touch trying to confuse by spewing that cryptic bullshit too. We thought we'd keep ourselves up all night trying to figure that gem out. I don't think they did. I'm pretty sure they expect you to just keep going forward, inevitably, because that's all you can do. I mean, the overblown theatrics make it a bit too obvious that it's fake, don't you think? I don't know. You're in a world of illusion, apparently. You yourself said, hey, it looks like enemies have opened the gates of hell. So I don't know, Kevin? Well, you are done with us? If you are, how about you get lost? You got better things to do with our time than listening to nonsense screw-ups from a guy who can't even bother to show his face. I see you're quite fond of the gift granted you by my lord. Does it bring back memories? Gift? The gun? The bow gun? Kevin. Gasp! You think you can get away? Fear not, we will encounter one another again before long. After all, Phantasma's foremost guardian. Nah. Of that I bid you farewell! Oh, typical priest, Kevin. Pulling a gun on a man. So, that's the Shores writer you mentioned. Yeah, he's the picture of his lord, right down to taunting us as he leaves. Too bad for him that it doesn't take a genius to work out they're both bluffing. Are they? I'd like to know your logic there, Kevin. Seriously, I'd like to know your logic. Your next destination is the Path of Beasts. Divine the offering present to you and display your seal once more. Then shall the flames of Gehenna burn ever fiercer, and my kingdom draw closer to its true completion. Yeah, you have no idea what they're up to. How do you know anything they say is cryptic? These words sound as though they have some specific meaning to me, but they could be taken in a number of ways at face value. Try to unravel in meaning, but that may hinder our progress more than help us in the long run. My thoughts exactly. My thoughts are, it doesn't really matter, because you gotta go forward. Anyway, what's definitely not going to hinder us is going back to the base and seeing who's in these 2 sealing stones we picked up. If we activate that money over there, we'll be able to come back right here to continue exploring later too. Thank goodness it's right here, though. I wonder who's going to be inside of these. Alright. Oh, that was a short chapter. Golden road, silver road, on the road again, murdering all the fiends I come across, till I meet a big bad guy and then I stab him in the face. Alright, well, let's find out what's in the cubes. Oh, kilogram of the 543rd class of trainees. In the name of the goddess above, I hereby appoint you a squire of the Septian Church. I humbly accept my appointment. That's what I said. I pledge to offer my soul to the goddess above, and both body and blood to a church on earth. Very good. It is exceedingly rare for one of your age to be appointed to this position. Assuming your aptitudes and training achievements warranted it. I mean, you haven't checked. They're just like, and here's a trainee. Can you rubber stamp it, please? May you strive to be worthy guardian of the goddess's sacraments as her loyal and devoted servant. Ein Selnate. Well, if it isn't Kevin. So you managed to avoid having your promotion rejected by the top brass. Splendid, splendid. Instructor, I really can't thank you enough for all you've done for me. Never dreamed I would have an actual Dominion supervising my training. How sweet of you to say. Hard to believe you're the same boy who waltzed up before the congregation of the sacraments shouting, "Make me a knight, please!" I'd appreciate if you chuck that memory back into the first region of your mind, thank you. Oh, but how could I? Had I missed your groveling, I never would have taken interest in you in the first place. Not a million years would I have thought you were related to Rufina. You could have asked her to take you on as a pupil before resorting to such drastic measures, you silly boy. Yeah, but then she might have kissed me, again. Well, I had my reasons. Let's leave it at that. And kissing. It doesn't matter at this point anyway. Congratulations, you're now a dog of the church just like the rest of us. It's good to have you on board. I see she takes her role before the goddess very seriously. Thank you. I'm not sure that's the most reassuring metaphor to be using on new recruits, though. Might scare some of them right off. Please, you ain't trying to position yourself as some sweet-doired thing, are you? Besides, I think it's a perfectly apt description for us. You're going to send me out to sacraments wherever they may be, take through the throats of the heretical fools, enamored with them all the while. Spot the difference? Come on, instructor. I'm used to you at this point, so I don't really care if you call me a dog. Woof woof. But you care if I call your beloved Rufina one, don't you? Not to worry, Kevin. I can read between the lines well enough. Nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. Well, did I guess right? Hey, you're a lot, but I would call her my beloved. That came out of... She never said that. She's just like a big sister to me, that's all. You're making it sound like I dream about her constantly. And that's not true. It's not constant. Sometimes I'm awake. Like you what exactly? Gasp! Suddenly, Ruthina! I thought you were in Remitharia on a mission. I was, but I tried to finish up as quickly as I could. Back in time for your appointment ceremony. I'm so proud of you, Kevin. It's amazing just how fast you've grown. Now you're a full-fledged adult like me. Wow. Thanks for going out of your way to come here. I'm not sure I deserve to be called an adult yet, though. I've got a whole lot of work ahead of me if I want to be half the knight you two are. Oh my, how modest of you. By the way, have you let Reese know about all this yet? Not yet. I plan to write to her tonight. She's been real mad at me ever since I decided to come to Arteria, though. Hopefully this will cheer up a bit. There's not much else I can do to make up with her short of going home. Perhaps we should do that together at some point if we could find the time. Oh, no, the chance. Thank you so much for looking after him all this time, Ein. You've given up so much of your free time, and I really do appreciate it. Think nothing of it. It proved quite a fun way to kill time. He has a fair amount of potential in combat arts and thaumaturgy, too. It's a shame all his skills are on the practical side of things, however. His income side is less than stellar. I had a feeling in the pit of my stomach that may be the case. Oh, right. I've got to get going. Pick up my new room key and a medal from the General Affairs guys. Sorry, I'll talk to you later. You can make fun of me then. Oh. What's this? You look concerned. Feeling guilty because he followed you into such a dangerous line of work? Not at all. It's up to him and him alone. I would never try to dictate his life choices. It's just that. Finite, personally. Checks all the boxes. He's got the potential. He's got the determination. No, I can see why you're so proud of him. And call it henchbutt. You'd be surprised if he... If a stigma manifested him just like it has in you. Ooh. I'm impressed. I don't think you could sense that of others if you did possess one yourself. Yet one more reason to feel frustrated that you aren't a Dominion. I know we're friends, but there's no need for all the flattery. My combat authorities are average at best. I wouldn't be cut out for a job at all. I'm grateful enough to have been promoted from squire to knight. That's the upper limit for someone with my lack of potential. If only saw things the way I do. Our best abilities couldn't have handled your Ouroboros case half as well as you did. A man of that reported strength to a swift enough conclusion would be pretty feather in anyone's cap. It's just my luck we both came to an understanding. As Kevin goes, he wouldn't need to rely on luck. His potential for growth exceeds further than I'll ever be able to go. He's a player character, you know. But he has one weakness holding him back. That poor boy's just far too kind. I think he gets over it. So kind, in fact, that I can see him driving himself into a corner because of it one day. Nah, I think he got over it. The Dark Stigma. How dark? How stigmatic? Alright, show me what's in the cubes. Double cube. What's in the cubes? I want to know. That looks like... Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. You don't understand how happy I am. Gah. Zin! It's all overt. Now this is a surprise. Don't think this is a dream, at least. Indeed, this is not. I would be overjoyed to share a sweet date with Sharon in my dreams, with a fine drinking companion. Not so much. Ha! This is real, alright. Still, doesn't Sharon count as drinking companion too? In a way, it's fine to be drunk with joy of a company, but there's very much the opposite to be drunk with alcohol involved. Most important lessons I learned during my stay in Liberal. Truer words have never been spoken. But alright, enough playing around.
You guys mind filling us in on just what kind of situation we've gotten ourselves into?
We shall make with the embraces and tearful greetings afterward.
Ah, honestly. You two really are something special. You'd think you'd be a little shaken finding yourselves in somewhere as unnatural as this out of nowhere.
No, because they're just that badass. Now they switch sides. This is quite the pickle.
They appreciate this may be hard to believe, but this is the situation we find ourselves in at this present time. If we're to try and find a way out, we'll need you to accept that.
Da Mueller, my sweet rose-kissed muse, ever pure and free of thorns, you misunderstand me. I have long accepted our current predicament as a reality.
And why do you look so deep in thought?
Need you even ask? Perhaps my life's toughest decision lies ahead of me. Before I find Joshua, Princess Claudia, Tita, Josette, and then there's Julia, and even a new face, Reese. Just whom shall I gather into my arms like a warm blanket, exchange sweet nothings in celebration fast? Oh, Olivier, I love you. Only you. Joshua? You're pulling my leg when you said this guy was an Erebonian prince, right?
Hardly to believe he is.
Putting my deep Leonard's dilemma aside for the time being, sounds like we've been making some headway in unraveling the mysteries behind this place. Naturally, I'd be more than honored to help with that.
But first, there's a few questions you need to ask, right? I know I should do.
I should have known you'd be thinking along the same lines. You're exactly right.
Fine by me, but what do you want to ask? Do you think you figured something out? That's what I want to find out. First, I want to ask about the ghost you've encountered in here.
Ask away. If I remember correctly, the first time you met her was on the balcony in Grenzel Castle, yes? It was. She gave us the key that allowed us to eventually find and rescue you. It's the first time she appeared to us as a ghost, but I don't believe it was the first time she directly communicated with you, was it, Father?
Don't think so, anyway. When Reese and I first arrived here, we had a strange voice talk to us. We didn't have a clue who it belonged to at the time. But I think it was probably her, too.
As do I.
So at first, she existed here only as a voice, but she gradually started showing up with a body, too. It's a weird way to put it. It's true. Backs up what that man in black said last time we saw him. Yeah, he said the Lord of Phantasma stole most of her power, right? First, the Hermit, and the Master of the Hollow Garden, too. Plus, the description of that monument behind us has the Hermit's Garden written on it. And I think of all of this can construct the dots just fine.
Agreed. It's reasonable to conclude that this very garden is connected to her in some way.
That's true.
Makes sense to me. So many voices. Makes it difficult. Makes sense to me. Just explains why this place is kind of comforting compared to other weird, fiend-infested places in Phantasma.
Feels like we're getting close to the truth with every new revelation. By the sounds of it, she's been in the Phantasma for a while now, possibly since the beginning. But then she had her power stolen by the Lord of Phantasma and ended up without a body. Sucks. Since then, she's been trying to help us to the best of her abilities and guide us forward. Assuming all that is true, maybe the monument scattered around are connected to her somehow. For the same purpose, guiding us forward.
I think there's one more thing in our possession that's connected to her as well. That cube, Kevin.
You think so?
Unfortunately, your guess is as good as mine. It is exactly what that cube is. That being said, I think the odds of it being connected to her somehow are as high as everything else on the list so far. Well, what do you think?
Honestly, I'm impressed.
I'm not. It's because Olivier is an amazing and wonderful man whose keen mind is hidden only by his amazing charm.
You've done a remarkable job of making sense of the situation. We've only just arrived. Still, if you think all that to be true, something else we should be doing as we keep moving forward.
Helping to restore her power, I assume. That way, we should be able to ask her what else she knows about the land we're in.
Got it in one. I get this impression that if we don't, we'll stand a chance against those two. We'll find ourselves up against a wall at some point.
May well be right. Well, leaving her aside for the time being,
I do have one final thing I'd like to ask. What else is there to cover? It concerns that Lord Phantasma you kept mentioning, actually. But simply, you wouldn't happen to have any idea as to who they are, would you, Kevin? Ooh. Oh. Why me? Well, from my perspective, they're awfully fixated on you. They seem to know about Ria's deceased sister as well. In fact, they've been able to summon devils from the church's text. It all seems to be pointing to you two, and you in particular. I can see why you'd ask, I guess. Unfortunately for you, though, I ain't got nothing. I bet that's a lie, Kevin. Why would you lie to the Olivier? If anything, I'd say they seem to be in any of the groundsmen as a whole than just me. Reese disagrees. I suppose that's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if an organization like that had more than their fair share of enemies. No offense, of course. I have plenty of enemies myself. That's not true. Everyone loves you, Olivier. Starting to sound like it's worth something worth boasting about. Anyway, if we've connected some dots, let's save the mystery behind our enemies for another day. We can get more information out of them the next time we see them. Till then, we don't have enough to work with. Right, next time one of them shows up, we'll have to see if we can force out of them. So about that, wrap things up for now? If so, we should probably get ready to head out again. We're on play number 4. If the previous play is a good thing to go by, it's going to be tough. Kevin. Oh. I think she's going to force him to tell the truth of what's going on. Excellent! But if that's the case, we'll have to make that our suspenseful moment to hold off on. Thank you all for watching. Please drop a comment or like the video if you've enjoyed things. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you're feeling generous, check out my Patreon. Otherwise, talk to you all later.